Be a reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Keep in mind it will not resonate with everyone, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't force it so that you don't become confused. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information for that is listed below. Oh my god, you guys, so I'm copying today. So I saw this, I listened to this reader, and this reader said, I can't remember her name. She popped up on my thing, and she said something about how she picks her readings based off like views, or like how many people have like more views, or what signs have the most views. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. It's unique, because sometimes I'll have to do a sign and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that one, or I don't feel like it's the energy, but for some reason this feels right. So I'm copying. I wish I remembered who she was so that I could give her credit. So I'm hoping that just by mentioning it, like the energy will guide somehow, like, you know what I mean, giving her a shout out. Anyway, all right, my loves. Hi, how are you guys? All the information for personal readings, all that is listed below. I can't remember what else my intro says, but yeah, you could also book through my Etsy shop. I have a 10 for 20, a 20 for 30, and a 30 for 40. All right, Saggy, let's get to it. Okay, this week might not be an easy one. It might be a little bit rocky, and you might also have this desire to deflect. You know, like best things, Saggies, you guys just have this amazing way of being able to come into the room and lighten things up. Even if you don't say anything, your energy just does it for you, right? I think you guys just have this way of bringing everybody back into reality. That's why a lot of people like to be around you guys, because you guys have this energy where like you have so much fun, and it's so here, like, hey, let's go after this. Like it's so spontaneous, and you never know what people are going to get with you, and it's just you have a lot to bring to the table. So there's a reason why people just like fall in love with Saggies, right? You guys are amazing. You guys can have amazing conversations. Like every single person that I've ever like fallen in love with, their mind has always been a Sagittarius or a fucking Virgo. I swear to God, it's never any other sign. And it's always because you guys like that love to dive deep into like the little corners of people's minds, and like the places that other people don't usually go to, right? And it's very it's scary at first, but once somebody lets themselves fall into your trap, I think it's easier, right? It's so exciting. And so I think that there's going to be a lot of that this week. You're going to be getting to know a lot of people. You're going to be having fun with a lot of people. You're also going to be flirting with a lot of people. The reason why I feel the need to like tell you to be careful is because a lot of people are going to be taking that flirting, and they're going to be taking it very serious, okay? Very serious, to the point where it could become an obsession on their end, okay? And they could be locked down or trapped in their mind because they believe that you were trying to lead them in a specific direction. And maybe you're in, like, you weren't trying to do that at all. You were just, you know, it was just happening. It was just in the moment. We were just there. I thought that's what you were doing too. You know, Saggy, I think that you do that, or you like to have a lot of fun, and I feel like you want to be careful because you want to make sure you're not playing with people's minds, because when we do that, then the person that we care about, then it fucking happens with that person. Like it's always going to happen with the people you care about, and we know that it has to happen with them in order for us to actually learn a lesson. That's why we chose it to happen, for it to go that way. Like, we have to get hurt by the people that we care about so that we can learn our lesson, especially if it's karma. We all know when it's karma, right? Like, you can deny it. You can deny it, but you know it. There's a difference. Like, I could deny that the sky is blue all day, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't, you know what I mean? You could deny that what's coming towards you, or what came towards you, isn't something that you put out, that boomerang back on you, you know, and kind of like took you off guard because it took a while to come back and you weren't expecting it. Now, I'm not saying you just want to be careful that you're not doing that, because remember that if you put out those feelings and you confuse someone and you keep it going, Saggy, knowing that you're not interested in them in that way, and that they're going to get all in their mind about it, and that's the goal, then expect that shit to come back around karmic and boomerang back on your ass. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not, so if you're flirting, be careful. Roller coaster. Don't be going really fast in no direction with the same person over and over and over again. And just because it's thrilling, it's fun, there's a rush, it goes up, it goes down. Whoa, what did I just tap into? I don't know what the hell I just tapped into, but somebody please be careful, because I feel like whoever you're connecting with might like to, and there's nothing wrong. There's no judgment here, right? Okay, so I'm just going to put it out there. When you have a lot of sex with a lot of different people, then it's most likely that you will like connect to someone that with an STD than you would. Well, no, it's not more likely. I don't know how to. Well, your chances are a little tiny bit higher, because even if you sleep with one person nowadays, it's fucking crazy, right? I'm just saying it's a little bit higher, but there's this one person, whoever I'm picking up on, likes to sleep with sex workers. No judgment. I'm just saying, like, that's what they like. They like their thing. I just heard Dominican Republic. What? Okay, I'm not tapping into that. No. Oh, that's not okay. Anyway, I'm not going in that. All right, on the table, offer, proposal. Like, it could even be that one person is like playing around, and maybe they get your feelings all like, be careful that somebody isn't leading you on, and someone isn't playing around like on you and trying to get your hopes up and trying to make it seem like they are trying to offer you something serious when deep down you know that they are not. Okay, especially because I feel like they pretend to have an offer on the table, but I don't think that it's real. I also feel like this is someone that is like a constant roller coaster. It's been up and down, up and down. I feel like you've been having all the signs like in the world. This person could have proposed to you or found a way to like hold on to you. This could even be like this could be what happens if you don't end up releasing this person, and you end up like, let's say you do flirt with someone and then they catch feelings. You say, well, fuck it, let me just try it. We never know. And you go towards it, and you end up getting trapped and feeling lost in a situation, a family that you really don't even want to be in. So universe is saying, let's get off the roller coaster now, because you know you're not about that life, Saggy. Like, that's what they're saying. Like, this is gonna be a tough life if you stay here. You don't want this, but you're like, well, maybe I do, but you don't. You really don't want it. I'm like, for some of you, you thought being in a relationship with someone, maybe you have kids, and you're like, if I'm in a relationship with someone, my life or my family, at least my family dynamic will be a little bit more, I don't know, will be aligned. But no, it's not. And it's just, yeah, you see, at the end of it all, I think either way, there'll be like irreconcilable differences, and you guys will both end up going your own separate ways. So just don't get caught up in it, because I feel like if you end up getting caught up in this and this person ends up like having very strong feelings for you, you're going to feel very guilty pulling yourself away. That's another thing about you guys. If you guys feel guilty, or you guys feel like, oh, I dismissed your feelings, then you guys feel like you guys have to go in and like make up for it 10 times more. You guys don't have to do that. If you didn't do it on purpose, then that's not karma. Like, people always confuse, if you're not doing it on purpose, it's not karma. But if you're very aware that you might be hurting somebody's feelings because you know that you're not in the same place they are, that's different. And if you're honest with them, then there's no karma out there for you. The only thing that brings back the dishonesty is when you put that out there. But if you're being honest, then that's exactly what will boomerang right back to you. That's all it is. Karma is not oh, I'm going to hit you when you're bad, I'm going to hit you when you're good. Is whatever you put out is exactly what you're going to get. That's all it is. That's it. And I don't think you mean to put out anything where you're intentionally trying to hurt anyone, but I do feel like you're confused about your own feelings. And because you're confused about your own feelings, confusion pushes us to lie about certain shit. You know? I also feel like somebody might be like going into a connection with someone that's a mother, like a mother or a father. They have a lot more responsibilities than the other person. And I feel like whoever is playing here really needs to catch themselves before they end up hurting more than just the mother. Like, I feel like kids are also going to be involved soon. Or like it could happen to where this person just ends up really liking you and they just introduce you to their kids. please don't do that. Like, well, I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids, actually. So whatever you do, just make sure you're always protected. You're always watching. You never ever leave them alone. I don't care how long you think you know this person. Like, you don't do that. And then you follow your gut, regardless of what. Always follow your gut. And if you feel your kid is, or if your kid feels like somebody's looking at them in a weird way and they mention it to you, don't dismiss it. Please don't dismiss it. Don't dismiss anything a child tells you. Please know that they're the strongest empaths and they can read you like a book. They don't need any type of anything. They can read everybody. They know. They can also go into the future and they can tell. They're the ones that are the most connected with the other side. Like, we are, in so many ways, we can learn so much from these kids if we just shut up and listen. All right, my loves. Sorry. All right, I love you guys so much. Just I guess that's the biggest thing for this week. If you end up like going in towards this, Saggy, I think it can end up like swallowing you. Either way, it's going to be bumpy, and I think it's a lesson, but it's not something you can't already learn now, or I guess take from it now. It's kind of like a movie. You already know the ending, so do you really want to watch the whole thing? Or like, you know, those movies are always the same. like if somebody mentions an actor and you're like, yeah, I've seen it, even when you haven't seen the movie, you're like, yeah, I've seen it, because every movie's the same. Kind of like that. It's, you already know. You know, sometimes you don't need to watch it all the way till the end just to tell. I mean, if you're that type of person that needs to, Saggy, which a lot of us are, some people do feel the need to, you know, go all the way through it. I'm like that with fucking books, man. I hate that about me, because when I'm not into a book, I cannot read it. Like, I'll have to read the same page like 6 times in order for anything to register. And when I'm not into it, it takes me even longer, but I cannot start another one until I'm fucking done with it. So some of you might be using that energy, but in relationships. So make sure you're being careful. Okay? Because I think the universe is trying to take you to the next level. And this whole flirty and playing thing is getting you back that type of energy. All right. I love you guys so much. Praise to the Most High for allowing me to be your messenger. We'll talk soon. Bye.